Okay, and inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. Interlace your fingers. Exhale. Press your palms up. Relax your jaw. Try to breathe to the very bottom rib. And exhale. Open your arms. Left arm up. Inhale. Exhale, let's go over. I'm going to put my hand on the leg of the chair to help brace me as I go over. And then take that left arm out and stretch your neck. One more breath. And come on up. Take your right arm up. And exhale over. Breathe deeply. And bring that right hand down. Stretch your neck. And come on up. Okay, take your right ear to your right shoulder. Roll your chin to your chest. And roll to the other side. And back the other way. Good. And then draw your chin to your chest. Take your hands behind your head, stretch your neck. And open those elbows, push your head into your hands, and just lift the chest, look up. And release. We're going to take the hands down by our side, and if you have an opening in your chair, send your arms through that opening with your palms turned open. If you don't have an opening, just reach back and try to squeeze the chair. So either way, opening the chest. Breathe deeply. Relax your jaw. And release. Okay? Take your, wait, that was that. Oh yes, take your arms and let's give them a little swing. Taking that right arm underneath your left. And give them a stretch here. And then bring your elbows to your chest and just start rounding your back a little bit, chin towards your chest. Breathe between the shoulder blades. And come on up. And arms open and close. For the other arm to go under, for me it's my left. And elbows down, round your back. And come on up. And shake those arms out. Good. Okay, take your left leg, cross it over your right. No, yes. And then I want you to make circles with your body. So just going from one sit bone to the other. And reverse. Just making a little circle on top of that hip. Good. Change. And circles. And reverse. Good. Take your top leg, for me it's my right, might be your left, cross it over. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, twist towards the leg that's crossed over. And breathe deeply. And release. Reach both arms up. Exhale. Other leg. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, twist. Breathe deeply. And release. Come back to center. Cross your left leg over your right. And we did circles before, but now we're going to arch. So stick your butt out and then tuck it under. And arch. And tuck it under. And arch. And under. One more time. Arch. And under. Change side. And arch. And under. 2. And tuck. 3. Last one. Good. And release. Okay, now you're going to need a block. So grab a block. Mine's in the other room, of course. And I want you to sit on the edge of your chair to the left, and your right leg goes out to the side. Toes forward, take your left arm up, inhale, and exhale, let's come over. And that block can be at whatever height you need. So just find the height that gives you a nice stretch. Watch this right knee, it should stay upright. Opening up that side body. Two more breaths. And come on up. Take your left hand behind your back. And we're going to do it again, this time taking your right ear to your shoulder and stretching your neck. So you get a little bit more up top. Couple more, breathe deeply. Good, and come on up. And we're going to take both blocks to the side. I'm going to make mine high because I don't know how my body's going to respond to the posture quite yet. So inhale, reach both arms up, twist towards the block to the right, and then place your hands down. So going for a nice twist in the spine. A couple more breaths. Take your left arm forward and come on up. Let's take the other side. Left leg on the chair, right leg goes out. And take your right arm up, inhale, and exhale over. Remember, one side can be different than the other, so they might not feel the same. Two more breaths. And from here, we'll just take that right arm behind the back and let the left ear stretch to the shoulder. And gently come on up. And inhale, reach up. Exhale, turn. And take a twist. Oh, I don't twist so well over here. I'm going to put my hand on my knee until my body opens up to give me the rest of this twist. Or maybe it won't. And that right arm goes forward and up. Oof. Good. All right, we're going to stand up from here. Get into our legs a little bit. So place that chair at the top of your mat. And moving any props out of your way behind you. Okay, so standing facing the seat of your chair. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, hands to the seat. Inhale, your head and tail go up. Exhale, round your back. Two more times like that. Inhale. Exhale, round your back. Last one. Exhale, round your back. Come back to center. Bend your left knee, straighten your right, and twist to the right. Try to move those hips so the right hip is higher than the left. And release. Change sides. Bend your right knee, left arm reaches up. And release. And we'll repeat that. Bend the left knee again. And just give it a little extra the second time around. See if it's in there. And switch. Bend the right knee, left arm up. And release. Bend your knees, roll up. Inhale. And exhale. Good. I want you to take your right foot into your right hand and your left hand on the back of the chair. So just a little dancer here to open up the front body. And release. Change sides. And release. Good. Inhale, reach both arms up again. Exhale, hands to the chair, and step your right foot back. Stretch your heel down so you get a nice calf stretch. Maybe it touches the floor. It's possible it won't. And then turn your right heel down. And left hand stays on the chair and open. Keeping that left knee bent. And gently straighten the left leg. Take your left arm overhead, or no, your right arm, whichever one. I think we're not marrying each other. Right arm overhead. Good. And turn down back to the chair. Do what you need to do with your feet to square your hips to the chair and take pyramid. Maybe your hands are up higher. If your hamstrings are tight, your hands could be higher, or your knee could be bent. Your front knee could be bent. Good. Step forward, and the other foot goes back. Stretch your calf here. And keep your right hand down. Turn your left heel down, moving your feet to open up to warrior two. Extended side angle. Use your right hand to turn those ribs. Take your right arm overhead, left arm. We're not mirroring each other. Or maybe you are. And straighten the bottom leg. And turn it back down to the chair. Move those feet accordingly for pyramid. Stretching your hamstring in the front. Maybe the knee bends a little. Hands could also be on block if the chair feels too low. And we're going to step back for downward facing dog. So pressing your feet back and stretch. Breathe deeply. And then not walk forward. Let's step your left foot forward. Your right heel comes up. Keep your right hand on the chair and let's twist. So keeping your left knee into the center line, your right shoulder into the center line. If this is tight on your shoulder, you can always put your hand on your hip. And release. Step back. And the right leg comes forward. And the right arm twists up. Breathe deeply. And release. Press back, down dog. Walk your feet to the chair and come on up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Good. Now take your hands behind your back and just hold on to either elbow. And then take your left ear to your left shoulder and stretch your neck. Keep your tail slightly tucked if you tend to be an archer. If you're a tucker, release it. And roll your chin to your chest and come on up. And right ear to your right shoulder. And roll your chin down. And hang your chin to your chest. And release your arms. Then lift your head. Okay, inhale, face your chair. Exhale, release your hands and place them on the top of the chair. Push out. See if we can get a flat back here. Stretching those hamstrings. Maybe bending the knees a little bit. Then take your right hand to your right hip and push the chair out a little more as you twist. Push down with the left hand onto the chair, shoulders away from your ears. And release. Left hand onto your left hip and twist. Pushing that chair away. And release. Weight back to your heels. Inhale, reach up. And exhale. Okay, take your right foot to the right side of your chair and step your left foot back, bringing your left knee down for a lunge. And keeping your torso upright. So we get a nice stretch through that hip flexor. Two more breaths. And then let's put the left elbow on the chair, your right hand on your knee, and we're going to twist open. So using that right hand to help us twist. And release. Okay, change sides. Putting the left foot on the outside of your chair. Coming forward with your weight, making sure your knee does not go beyond your ankle, lifting your chest. Breathe deeply. And bring your right elbow down. Left hand on that left knee and twist. and release. Take your left knee back, and we're going to sit back into a little child's pose with the arms staying on the feet. Breathe deeply. Two more. And come forward. Curl your toes behind you. Take down dog. And walk your feet to your hands. Come on up. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Okay, we're going to have a seat on the chair. I like to use a blanket. If you're tall, you might need some extra height on your chair. Good. And then what I'm going to do is take my chair to my left and place my left side on the edge of the chair. And actually, I lied. Place your left thigh on the diagonal of the chair. So let's go a little on the diagonal, and then the right leg is going to go out. So we're in Warrior Two. Now, maybe someday, or maybe it's today, we are straight with that leg, and the hips can open. But if that's not you, or it's not today, then let that left leg be on its diagonal. And then grab a block and place it in front of your left ankle. So before we begin, we have an opportunity with the chair to turn our back heel up. And I want you to do that so that you can even out the hip. Okay, that's causing my left foot to come forward. That's okay. So now my hips are level and my sit bone is down. So from there, I'm just going to keep that and turn my foot down. So I can go up and down easily. Up and down. And my hips don't move too much, right? They stay nice and square without having to go up and down. I don't want that much movement in the body, just the leg. And then turn it down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, place your left hand on the block and your right arm overhead. Turn your head to the right so you're looking at the ceiling. If the block is too low, put your elbow on your knee. And then from here, let's turn that right foot up just to see how that changes things. And turn it back down and come on up. Good. We'll change sides. Okay, so from this side, taking your right leg. Now you can make your right leg straight if you want. Most of us don't have 180-degree turnout in the leg. But if your hips are more open, you can head towards the right leg coming straight out to the side. Otherwise, we're on a little diagonal. We've got that block here, and we're going to find our way with that back leg so that we can find the toes up and down. So we'll do a little exploration there. So turning that left foot up and let the hip release down. Might feel nice in your sacrum and your low back. And then turn the foot down. So a little different sensation in that inner thigh, which is why the hip might be up. Sometimes the body is tight, and so it adjusts for the tightness. Turn the left foot up and down. And up, keeping the hips steady, and down. And up, and down. Let's do one more. Up. Maybe you found which hip is tighter. And down. From the down position, reach your arms out. Inhale. Exhale, take your right hand inside and to the block or your elbow to your knee. Keeping that right knee opening, take your left arm overhead. Breathe deeply. And turn that left heel up. And come on up. Bring it all back. Good. Shake those legs out. And for this next one, I want to actually get rid of the chair and just have 2 blocks. So grab your 2 blocks. We're more open, so we can probably go a little bit down more. So we're going to take a straddle. It doesn't need to be too crazy and wide, but if you were to take your arms out and flex your wrists, you would feel as if your feet are underneath your wrist. Technically, they might not be, but that's okay. Okay, now grabbing your block, we're going to fold at the hip and place the blocks on the floor with a nice straight back. Okay, so just checking in with your straddle here. And then take the blocks forward and stretch those arms. Now, we all want to achieve a goal. So we say, oh, I got to get to the floor. I don't want you to get to the floor unless your back stays straight. So if your head is hanging, you're going to want to stay lifted on those blocks. Pull your rib cage forward and lengthen your spine. You might feel your sit bones turn up to the ceiling. Breathe deeply. Walk your blocks back. And then we're going to do a little preliminary opening for the hip. Take your left hip up. So you're shifting your left hip higher, and then your right. I'm going to try to get my body out of the way so you can see. Left hip higher, and right. One more time. Come back to center. Shift your left hip higher, keeping your right hand on the block. Let's open and twist. Breathe deeply. And release. Shift your right hip higher and open. And release. We're going to take that one more time. So left hip higher and twist. And release, right hip higher, and twist. And release. Now we're going to get rid of those blocks and definitely let your back round and hang over. Breathe deeply, letting the weight of your head stretch your spine. And bend your knees to roll up. And heel toe those feet together. Shake it out, grab your chair. So having opened up our inner thigh, let's open a little more the outer hip. So crossing your left ankle over your right knee, keeping your spine tall, and folding at the hips to come forward. And just breathe. Our goal or our intention is to create sensation and to observe how we react around that sensation. So there's no need to go further, to touch a certain place, to get the knee down. There's just creating an environment of sensation and observing how we react to that sensation. And change sides. And lifting tall through our spine and taking a hinge at the hip. Relax your jaw. And come on up. Good. Now, we're going to just take a little movement for those hips. Let your feet go a little bit wide. And you're at the edge of the chair. We're going to take the left knee down and then the right knee down. The hips can come off the chair. Good. Now let's take the left knee down and we're going to turn all the way here. Hold on to the back of the chair in some way. Take your left arm up and then side bend over. Try to reach your left knee to the floor. And release. Come back and right knee down. Turn all the way to the left. So that knee is straight under the hip. Take your right arm up and side bend. Try to reach your right knee down to the floor. And come on up. Okay, our last chair stretch. Grab your block, come to the edge of your chair. And place your blocks on the floor. And we're going to walk them out. So for our inner thighs, hips, and low back, stretching forward. Now you may feel a little more comfortable to flatten the block. So putting them at whatever height feels best for you. Let's see, you can still see them good. And just breathe deeply here. If you want to put your forearms on the block and make it a little bit more restful, you can do that. And slowly come on up. Good. All right, we are going to come to the floor. So putting those blocks to the side. And I'm going to take the blanket from my chair and use it to sit on the floor so that I can elevate the pelvis slightly. And you might need more elevation to get up on your sit bones. Grab another blanket and get more elevation. So let's take our feet together, our knees apart. You can come very close if you'd like, or further apart. The main point is to try to keep the back as straight as possible here. So lifting tall and walking forward to stretch those inner thighs. You may even want to brace your forehead on your arms and rest. Breathe deeply and relax your jaw. And come on up. Take your left foot and tuck it in under you, and take your right foot and cross it over. That may be easy, and it may not. From here, wrap your right arm around and try to hug this knee into your shoulder. So you're just getting a nice stretch on the outside of your hip. And we are twisted slightly, but the point of our pose today is not to twist, but to stretch here. Relax your jaw. And release. Let's change that. Taking that left foot under, tucking it as far in as we can and crossing the right leg over. And the left arm wraps. And we hug that right knee into our opposite shoulder, that left shoulder, and stretch the outer part of our hip. Breathing deeply. And release. Good. Send those legs out and shake them out a little bit. You're going to reach for the top of the chair and stretch your hamstrings. If this bothers the sciatic area, then turn the leg out or slightly bend that knee. So if the forward bend bothers you, make those adjustments. And just a few breaths here. If your head reaches the seat of the chair, feel free to rest it. And a couple more breaths. And come on up. Okay, now let's come on down. We're going to take a twist, so we won't need that chair for a moment. And we'll start with our left knee coming into our chest. And cross that left leg over, opening your left arm. And breathe deeply, allowing gravity to take over. And just observing where you can let go. Where can you relax around tightness? Sometimes our emotions are tight emotions. So we can observe how can we relax around our anger or frustration. Relax around our fear. As we teach the body to relax around the tightness, around the idea of constriction. And then gently come back to your back. Readjust your body. The left leg goes out and your right knee comes in. And take that right leg across the body. Twist. Breathing deeply. Surrendering to the pose. And in breathing, we release the tightness on the exhale. We slow down and listen to our intuition. Listening to our inner guidance. And when we can't find our inner guidance, we sit still and wait. And we relax around waiting. Come back to center. Readjust your body and bring both knees into your chest. Let the lower back stretch, releasing tightness and tension in the lower back. Feel free to rock a little side to side. And then placing your lower legs on the chair for final relaxation. You can make this an inversion, if you'd like, by placing the blanket back underneath your sacrum. Or you can just keep the back on one plane. Make sure your knees are flush to the chair. The back of your neck is planted squarely on the floor without the chin lifting or tucking. And then let your tension in the pelvis release so that you feel your low sacrum connecting to the floor or the blanket. Allow your legs to be heavy. Let your body relax a little more. See if you can let your body relax down one more layer. Lengthen in your breath, inhale. And exhale. Gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and ankles. Take your right arm overhead and roll to your right. Take a moment to just thank your body for its health, for its strength. And allow your body to thank you back for releasing it of tension, of limitations and restrictions. And come to a seated position. You can sit back on the chair if you'd like, or on the floor. And just breathing deeply to Absorb this new state of openness, of freedom in your body, of relaxing, of deep surrender. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free, and may our vibration of peace and freedom in our body affect all of those who we come into contact with. Namaste. Thank you.
Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, Justine.
Thank you, Justine.
Mhm.